But I got he been busy. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Big Killzown in the building. We get here. I'm here with John and my boy Crimson Knight.
What's up?
And this is the Beatz N Bitz Podcast. Yeah, man, we just sitting here talking about this Black Friday sale that's finna go on at Target. So if you didn't know, hold on, what the hell? Oh damn, hold on, don't freeze on me. The hell, this damn update, dog. This damn Windows 10 update didn't just pushed out. Okay, so
the screen now.
Okay, so this is on from Nintendo Everything. Shout out to them. Target Black Friday deals. So they got a hold of this. So the first thing we see right here is Super Mario Maker 2DS bundle for $80. So if you ain't got one, you can get one. If you get a Switch, you get Mario Kart 8 for free.
Nice.
I mean, that's a hell of a deal. You really can't beat that.
I mean, for real. So now we here. Now we are here. Black Ops. I feel sorry for all y'all that paid $60 for it. It's $45. That's a doorbuster. So, you might as well go ahead and get out there early. So let's see. For $25, you're going to get God of War. You can get WW2, which I feel like it's the better Call of Duty from the last two. God of War, MLB The Show, and I can't see the other game right over there. For $15, you can get NBA Live 19, which I might get that for the 15. Battlefront 2, they just released General Grievous, PUBG, Skyrim. You can get that on PS4 as well. Even within Wolfenstein, you get all the rest of them. Everything you get on over here is on both platforms right here, except PUBG, of course. Slide on down, $35. You can get let's see, we can click on that and see if I can blow that up.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Forza Horizon 4, We Happy Few, Sea of Thieves, and Soul Calibur 6. Sorry for y'all that paid full price on that. They just came through with the list. So for $30, you can get oh damn, Crimson Knight probably is looking at this.
Nah, I ain't mad. I bought the day one deluxe edition, so I got all the DLC, so I ain't even mad.
Fallout Game of the Year, F1 2018. Let me look over here and see what the other game. Oh yeah, that was Assassin's Creed Origins is $25 right there. I can't see what the Switch game is.
The NHL game, the graphics on that NHL game are crazy. Have you seen those graphics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like real life.
Let me go back. So, and if you didn't have a PS2, hold on, we ain't even done yet.
PS2? What?
I mean, no, I said PS2. Damn. I mean, I'm getting hyped reading this shit. You get a PlayStation 4, the newer model, and Spider-Man. While quantities last. If you want a Switch case and a wired controller, 20% off, $40 for your controller pads. Turtle Beach Stealth 300 is $44. If you want any of those, I don't know what these little smart robots, they on sale. And if you get the robot, you get a $50 gift card, $10 off gold. Doors open 5 p.m. Oh, geez, I'm gonna take Thursday off. Hold on, let me see here. The Kano computer is a Raspberry Pi in the box. You can get. I might get that just for shits and giggles. I might get a monitor too. Starlink, which just came out, is $39.99 for the Switch. Well, it's on PS4, Xbox, but who cares about that? Because on Switch, Star Fox is on there, and you can get it for $40. And then Sony just said we're gonna just let our nuts hang for the holiday season. The PSVR bundle, so you get the brand new Creed game, and the movie come out 2 days after, and Super High VR, which is one of my favorite games. And if you want it for all of you content creators out there, you can get the new Nikon, the D3500. Yes, D3500 with a lens and a carry case for the $499. And I'm probably gonna get one of these little speakers right here. Yeah, so Target has came out first. They're kicking ass and taking names. I'm pretty sure we gonna hear about the rest of it later. So what y'all think? Y'all gonna be at Target first?
I mean, they got some solid sales, but I'm waiting right now. I'm like, okay, here come now. Target done came out the gate swinging.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what GameStop and Walmart and them start coming back with. Like, okay, what you got?
I don't even like going into GameStop. I ain't been to GameStop. I ain't been to GameStop.
them myself right now because I'm like, you try to upsell me on shit every 10 seconds.
Yeah, hold on. Let me hurry up because we on the. I don't even call this site by this name, but PT is they are patching the demo. I'm finna click off here. They are patching the demo, and they getting this demo the fuck on out of here. Hold on.
Yeah.
And so if you got PT on your PS4, you might want to turn your internet off before you cut that bad boy on, and you might want to try to back it up before you pre-patch, so that if you see the patch, you can just,
Here's the thing about that. There's a really long, in-depth analysis video floating around on YouTube that if you're creative with how you search, you can find it, where people are comparing PT to Death Stranding. And apparently there's some sort of little hints in the PT demo as to what Death Stranding means, the storyline and stuff like that. It has to do with extinction, humanity, and like really big topics that it's not really spoilers. It's just sort of to get you in the mindset of understanding maybe Death Stranding when it comes. So I'm wondering if there's some connection there. It could just be Konami being Konami.
I think the reason that they patched it was because, well, I think, yeah, you're right. I think it did kind of share some of that, but I think that they pulled the main, like, I think not the main thing, but they pulled some of the plot threads, because I kind of do see the similarities, but they probably pulled the plot that they had in their Silent Hills game. They opened it up, kind of mixed some of the stuff they was going to do with, Kojima was going to do with Metal Gear, and kind of made a whole new inception of that idea, because I do kind of get that, like, humanity got overran by something, and the only way, we can like survive is if we artificially assimilate each other and grow more humans. But at the same time, whatever these spirits or whatever these aliens or whatever this is, demons or whatever it is, we have to protect, or these spirits, we have to protect each other by walking around, because they can't necessarily see us, but they can hear us. So, it's taking, what's that movie, A Quiet Place, and that other movie that they had with the dude who was blind, See No Evil. Like, they kind of took some of that stuff. They took some of the, because that house you was in PT was kind of like possessed, like it was a spirit or whatever that was in there. So, yeah, that was kind of cool. I don't know.
If you notice in the PT demo, there's a couple roaches that run around, and they're trying to mate, but whatever they do, they fail at mating, and then after a while, there's no roaches. And at the same time, you hear the lady trying to give birth inside the bathroom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the baby dies or whatever, like the roaches run in there. Mm-hmm. But then after the death part happens, and there's like a zombie lady now, the roaches are able to reproduce. So it's almost sort of like something from the dead, Dimension of the Dead or something, reproducing or something like that. It's really confusing. I don't fully understand it. I'm just saying, like, there's some really cool themes in there that I think Death Stranding has something to do with.
I'm really hoping Death Stranding is just going to be a really, really great game. I really want it to be. Because I really need it to be a really great game, and if it's not, I'm just gonna be kind of disappointed.
Oh, it will. I mean, Kojima knows that he knows that basically
this has to be a sellout.
Yeah, I mean, and I think it will. I think it will. I think this what Metal Gear Solid was going to originally be, and I think that maybe it would have been maybe a shared universe between the Konami games because they like in Metal Gear Solid 3 they had the nightmare sequence and that was supposed to be like him and Simon Belmont, fighting demons and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that,
that would have been kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, but since they tried to get him back. The CEO said that once I read an article about from the that they did with the CEO of Konami, and once he realized because he was the shareholders just told him, look, we trying to focus on mobile gaming and we're trying to focus on casino gaming because we can't afford to be, which in a sense, let's have this conversation because we was talking about a couple of episodes ago about crunching, and we was talking about, I think we spoke about Telltale briefly, but there's been a big topic on the internet about people like game developers crunching to get games done, working the hell out of the devs, and then once they get through with them, they fire them so they don't have no restitution, no severance package, nothing. They just fire them right after the game, and Rockstar came out and right in the middle of this, they kind of misfired and said, yo, we had $100 work weeks on this, but then Dan Houser was like, yo, we pay all our employees. It's not that type of thing. Everybody was having fun working on this game. It's a team of 1,000 people. We take care of our employees. We got employees working, he gave the whole PR thing, but I think it was kind of like a misstep to say it without giving it context. Because a lot of people that have been working for Rockstar, some people have left Rockstar saying that it was too much or it was, bias or whatever. But the core team, has pretty much been there from jump. You know what I'm saying? So and judging by Red Dead success, I think that Rockstar is one of the few big publishers that kind of sharing well because they don't do the whole big media blitz. They just kind of like,
it's here.
Go on get it. Basically, we dropped 3 trailers before, a couple trailers after, trying to kind of giving you an overview what to expect, what you need to watch out for, and then we let you discover the game, and that's been really, really successful. Which now this engine that they got now makes me real excited for Bully 2 and GTA 6. And I hope they do another Max Payne because Max Payne 3. A lot of people slept on Max Payne 3.
That was actually a pretty good game.
Yeah, and I think people was they said the story was bad, but it was actually a good end to that original storyline. Maybe they bring another character in. Well, not bring another character in, but kind of see what happens with Max after that, all of that stuff. Like he's probably an older guy now, kind of a la MGS4, maybe bring another character in or something like that or whatever. So, have his son not be killed in the second one or whatever. So, had him come back later. But anyway, that's just my thing on that. But let's talk about that. Like, do y'all think that do you think that with this development culture that we have, because we also got Titanfall 2, some of the devs over at Respawn are going back to Activision, and the whole reason why, like that whole debacle that went down after Modern Warfare 2 came out, like it's just a lot of politics and red tape, and I feel like that the game industry does need to kind of scale back because it's kind of the big games has become all about the money.
Because you have games coming out, you have games that come out every other year, and then you have the yearly iterations. Like Assassin's Creed for a while was getting worse every successive year. Like one year it would be good, the next year it was terrible, and it constantly went that way back and forth. By the time that another Assassin's Creed came out, like nobody cared because it's like the last 3 you released was terrible, and now we get another one.
Well, to be fair, Unity was like the worst one. That was like right after Black Flag came out and was amazing, but
it didn't live up to the hype.
Yeah,
but it's like when you look at some games, like this is what I'll tell people because some people ask me like why I was buying WWE 2K19. I'm like, I haven't bought a WWE game for myself since 2K16.
You gave yourself a break.
Yeah, I gave myself a break. My girl, she got 2K17 because it's the last one for PS3. That's how she been doing it. So I was like, okay, well, I don't necessarily have it, but she does. So she bought it. I got 19, and I picked a good deal with it. I was like, look, I'm getting all the DLC, $90. That's not a bad deal.
John, how you feel about it? Because we got one studio that cut off their bread and butter, and then we got another studio that cut off. They cut out the originators of that. They first got caught. They got cut off by EA. Went to Activision. Got cut off by Activision in an even worse way, and then they decide to go back. Like I don't understand like why this would even happen.
A lot of it has to do
with
executive greed. A lot of it has to do with people way high up that don't actually make the games. They don't make most of the decisions unless their decision. The only thing they usually contribute is, oh hey, put some loot boxes in it.
Hurry up, get this shit out. Yeah,
those type of people. Yeah, and release dates being unfair to the team. Yeah, those type of people are taking like multi-million-dollar checks home every year and bonuses and all this stuff. And the people actually making the games are just getting regular worker salaries. So when it comes to some of the actions that they take, it might look bizarre and not really make a lot of sense to us, but it's because they don't have a lot to lose. Wherever they go, they're still going to get the same pay. It's not like EA's paying them any better. So that's part of it. And they're bored right now. That's the people on the Titanfall team who decided to leave Respawn. They're bored right now because they're being told, okay, well, Titanfall was basically set up for failure by EA so that they could buy them at a cheaper price. I mean, you can't prove it, but everybody knows that's probably what happened.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened because EA. I don't really get what
EA does that a lot. They did that shit with Command and Conquer. You bought it. You bought Westwood, so you bought the game basically, and then you proceeded to do nothing with it. And it was like, why the fuck are you holding this if you're not really gonna do anything with it?
They're like enslaving the developers to make them make games that they think are gonna make money, but not really in touch with what gaming is. They're just looking at it as a business. So they're like, oh, we'll make those guys do a Star Wars game. And it's coming out that's going to be really similar to Battlefront, sort of with some Titanfall mix to it, because EA doesn't want to give them the money or freedom to make something like new. So they're just like, well, take all the stuff you already have in code and assets laying around and make it like a sort of a Star Wars, like, quick-off game. And then they canceled the other Star Wars game that Amy Hennig was doing, and now you have Jade Raymond just left as she's working on an open-world Star Wars game. So they're making, like, 5 Star Wars games at once, right? Battlefront 2 actually releases, and then one gets canceled, and then you've got... Or, I'm sorry, maybe 4 at once. You've got the open world one that Jade Raymond was working on. That's still going to get made, but it's not. It's mobile devs are in charge of it. People behind SimCity, and then you've got the Respawn Entertainment game. So imagine being at Respawn Entertainment where you thought you were creating the next Call of Duty. You guys made Titanfall. You stick around for a while because you're like, okay, it didn't like everybody loved it at first, but didn't really like hit the it didn't really hit the sales numbers. And then they were like, well, let's try and make it like an Xbox thing and a PC thing, and that sort of helped a little bit, but it still wasn't enough. So then they're like, all right, people kind of want a story mode. Let's try that with Titanfall 2, and you know, EA set that game up for failure by putting it.
Hold up. It's funny that Titanfall didn't have a story mode, right? But Call of Duties don't have a story mode, and it's selling like hotcakes.
Okay, here's why that is. It's like you got people that's like, man, I bought it just so I could play the multiplayer. And yeah, you have some people that literally, I mean, I'm the kind of person, I buy Call of Duty games and I'm playing them for the campaign mode.
Mm-hmm.
I got friends that they buy Call of Duty, they don't play the campaign, they don't even touch it. They will just straight go in and play the multiplayer all day long, and that's how they get their stuff progression. Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing for Battlefield. They don't play the campaign, they just play the multiplayer. And when they released Black Ops 4 with just straight multiplayer, it was like, well, this matches up perfectly for them. But for me, I'm not getting a Call of Duty this year, so I'm just going back and playing ones I hadn't played yet.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, it essentially works out for me for this year, but by the same token, I'm kind of like, this should have been better.
Hey, my bad, John. You were saying about EA, and I agree with you. They intentionally released Titanfall 2 in between Battlefield and Call of Duty just so they could buy Respawn, because they knew that they weren't going to be able to recoup their cost and pay their employees. And the creative directors, you know, that was over the original, they wanted them to get them back, because if you remember, with Metal Island Rising Sun, they worked them into, that was the first instance that everybody heard that they were the publisher was working the devs into the ground, having them tell their families that, that y'all can come up to see them at the job, but they can't leave here and they can't stop working. And they had people sleeping in the hallways, folks getting sick, folks defecating on themselves and everything else like that. So then shout out to Real Taka Gamer on one of the early Real Gamer shows. What's his name that was on there? I'm trying to remember that. It's Dre, Shell, and I forget. They had a guest on. And he was a beta tester, and this was back when you had to actually be in the studio. So he said he went there. Well, he had friends that worked for EA, and he explained that these conversations. I'm gonna have to find it so we could link it for people so they can go back and listen to that. But the point of it is they wanted to get them back, because once they left EA, and EA tried to do Medal of Honor, it didn't work, and then Call of Duty just becomes the biggest thing, one of the biggest franchises in gaming history, period. Like, this is the first time that a first-person shooter series, like one of the only first-person shooters that the series releases yearly and just keeps selling. Like, this year it didn't, compared to Black Ops 3, and that's why the people who got it for the campaign, it was a $50 million drop. They made $500 million, but it didn't sell as much as Black Ops 3, and that's probably the people that would have bought it for the campaign. But they're probably gonna make money on the back end with the season pass, and now they got the loot boxes, and now they got they got a season pass, overall season pass, and I know they're gonna probably have battle passes or something similar.
That got put in today. The ability to buy your way through the tiers on the black market, like on Fortnite.
Yeah.
That got put in today.
Damn.
And also, people have been having Call of Duty points across some of the older games, or World War II, I think mostly. And now they've introduced the Call of Duty points system to this game.
Oh, so people basically can roll over their old Call of Duty points into. Oh, wow.
Yeah, plus there was a lot of points that were given with the special editions and pre-ordering and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But it is cosmetic stuff. And if you go to realgamernews.com, there's an article on there that has a chart that I made of all the Call of Duty sales. And basically they have been slowly declining over the years. It's not just this game, you know what I'm saying? But like ever since Ghosts, they have not been up at the high levels that they used to be at. So it is like slowly going down, but it's like the number 2 game almost every year, or number 1 game sometimes. Like this year, it's Red Dead Redemption 2 is number 1 and Black Ops 4 is number 2.
Yeah.
So, and it's unlikely that any other game is going to pass them for number 2. It's very unlikely. It's Battlefield. Battlefield has never been a serious competitor.
And it's not going to compete this year because the whole, the Battle Royale mode that they have hyped up this whole time is not even going to be available till next year.
Yeah, that's a big problem. Plus, that guy, Soderlund, who was sort of telling fans, like, if you don't like it, don't buy it, and calling fans uneducated.
Like, when you do that crap, you basically just told them, go buy Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And they're going to do it now, just to spite you. Your game might be good.
At Killzone...
But when you piss them off and you tell them that, stuff like that, it just emboldens them to go buy this now, because it's like, okay, well, you said that I'm this or whatever, even though I'm probably going to buy it. You just
started a rage campaign. But if you look, Killzone has this chart here that I was talking about. So basically, if you look at this chart, right, after, which game was it, Killzone? It was Ghost? Like after Ghost?
It went down. Like it was on it went up during Modern Warfare 2. And then it kept steady into Ghost, and then Ghost it went all the way down because people hated Ghost. It didn't went all the way down, but it went from upwards of 30 million back down to almost 20 million. And then with Advanced Warfare, it spiked back up to about 27.
That's actually Black Ops 3.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, it went down with Ghost.
So like Black Ops 1 and 2 sort of tried to maintain, and Ghosts made sales, but the fact that people didn't like it, that's why Advanced Warfare went down, right?
Then Black Ops 3 came back, and it brought it back up to being, over 25 million sold. Infinite Warfare, it went all the way back down to 15 because people didn't really like it. Well, people like Infinite Warfare. They kind of slowly start creeping back up. And
those are lifetime sales too, not just the first week.
Yeah. So damn. Ooh.
If you look, so if you really look at that chart, what it's telling you is people only want Treyarch now, and their favorite was the original Infinity Ward. They figured out that that's not really Infinity Ward anymore. It was a major headline that all the people from Infinity Ward left, and there was armored guards and everything escorting them out, and they had meetings with EA when they weren't supposed to and all that. It was big news, but yet Activision still tries to sell games and be like, from the makers of Call of Duty, Infinity Ward. And it's like, that's not the guys, bro. We know that they left.
But now they're coming back, though.
Yeah, now some of them are coming back. A lot of them are coming back. And this is sort of something that's no one's really talking about right now, because what EA did to Titanfall and the fact that it didn't really ever quite make it, no matter how much people loved it in the media, and fans were like, it's pretty good. And then we don't know if the story would have helped it or not because they sandwiched it with Battlefield and Call of Duty, right? So because of what happened to Titanfall, I feel like people kind of don't really expect much. They're like, okay, they're going over there, but it's just going to be Call of Duty again. Like, Call of Duty gets a lot of apathetic people, and that's totally understandable. There's been too many of them. But I don't know. It sounds kind of exciting. In an optimistic world, you could be like, well, hey, maybe the next Call of Duty could be pretty good then.
Yeah.
We'll see, though.
Switching over, we're going to take a break from the gaming topics.
All right.
Cardi B and Nicki got into it again this week. Nicki decided to get on Queen Radio. Yeah, she got on Queen Radio start cussing out folks, giving out her little awards of the week. And she starts saying that she's looking for the footage of when Ra Ali, her partner, who Ra used to be with Remy Ma, and y'all know what happened with Remy Ma. Like Nikki and Remy went back and forth, and Remy bodied her, and Nikki kind of took the Drake route with like Pusha D. I mean, like Drake did with Pusha T, because let's face it. Well, Remy had a hit. She had All the Way Up at that particular moment, and then she had the record with Lil' Kim that was more for like the hip hop heads, and that was big because back in the day they had a little tension. It wasn't nothing that was publicized, but they kind of put that to bed with that record. And
shout out French Montana for All the Way Up and Fat Joe.
Yeah, so that was like Lean Back Part 2. So and that was like a huge that was probably even bigger than Lean Back now that I think about it. Just the fact that it's off of the remixes and
like French's peak is like when that came out too. When French had the big influence that he had at the time. Yeah,
and then
any French joint was just.
And then he put out, and at the same time, he had just put out Unforgettable. So that was like creeping up the charts at the same time. But anyway, Nikki avoided that beef because she knew that it would have only furthered Remy. Like, people still talking about Remy because she's doing songs and she's on State of the Culture with Joe Budden. And we've, with Love and Hip Hop, it actually, with them, it actually was a good platform for her and Papoose. It kept Papoose relevant. He doing mixtapes with K Slade again. Like, they just did a sequel to the first mixtape that they did about 10 years ago. So people were checking for Papoose now and Remy now. But with Cardi, I think Nikki knew was a threat, so she had to address it. And the reason why Nikki doesn't like Cardi is she used to be the underdog for so long. She was the one that was getting attacked. She was the one that was, being bullied on because she was number one. And now that Cardi's came and kind of taking her spot, she lost to her as far as, being number one. I'm still riding with Nikki if people kind of switched up on her for Cardi, but I think that's how the industry moves. It always is one. Like, we had Lil' Kim, we had MC Lyte back in the day, and then they switched over to Queen Latifah. We had Roxanne Shante, and then everybody switched over to MC Lyte. And then Queen came along, then everybody switched over to Queen. Then when Lauren came along, everybody switched over to Lauren. And then Kim came, it's just we in the hip hop community, we can't have multiple like leading top rappers. It's like one every few years. Like,
yeah.
And before Nikki, the only woman that was really going crazy with it was Trina. So, and it was a couple years in between where Trina wasn't really putting out a whole lot of records. She had got out of her record deal, and then her Gucci and Nikki did, what was that? Yo Gotti, they did the 5-Star Chick remix. So,
and then Trina dated French Montana secretly for like a year, and then they broke up, and he like executive produced that one mixtape for her.
Yeah.
And then her brother died, and she took a vacation.
Yeah, but hold on.
And got pissed at him. She's like, I picked out all the interior decorating on his house and shit.
Yeah.
Now he's having other bitches in there. That was funny.
French, we know, is a player. Like, he went from in the span. We didn't even talk. We can talk about that later. Back to Nikki Cardi. Like,
yeah. What had happened with that anyway? So, like, explain to me.
Okay, so Nikki, like I said,
this shit's
Cardi,
like so childish, bro, between these two, especially Nicki Minaj, to be honest.
Well, Nikki is feeling the backlash because Nikki had a lot of people that was oppressing her when she came in the game. So she's in
feelings about a bunch of personal shit, basically.
Well, I mean, everybody they've been waiting to get her out of here. That's the thing. Like they build you up just to tear you right back down. So the thing about it is they've been waiting to get her out of here. And when Cardi B came along, it was like the perfect storm. Like she was all her singles, her first singles were #1 Billboard hits for multiple weeks. The album came out. Like this is her first album, and almost half the album is charting and is on the radio and it's doing breaking.
She's just like Nicki though. She's done rapping for years, and she had a million mixtapes before that were basically albums.
Actually, Cardi didn't have that long because Cardi came from stripping to Instagram to love.
I've heard the albums though.
Yeah, she only had two. She only had 2 mixtapes though. That's the thing about Cardi. Cardi came in, she had a team behind her, whereas Nicki didn't. She was rapping for like upwards of maybe 5 years before she got in front of Gucci and Fendi out there in New York, and then it took another 3 or 4 years for her to get signed. It took her, she had the mixtapes or whatever, but it really when she went up. So for like from 2010 all the way up until maybe last year, she had a 7-year run uncontested, and then she had the Safari thing happen. Then the Young Money Cash Money thing came in and kind of messed up her momentum because Nicki was putting out stuff. She was doing feature after feature. She was doing all this stuff, and then when in the last couple of years, as Birdman and Wayne was selling their stuff, it kind of put a snag on Nicki's thing. So that allowed for Cardi to come in, and there was a lot of other female artists, rappers that are out there now than ever before. Young artists, young female artists that's coming in, and then you got some of the veterans coming back and doing tours and doing mixtapes. And I mean, you got Gangsta Boo from 3 6 Mafia just did like 2 mixtapes with B King down in Texas. So I mean, like the whole thing is Cardi is easy to get along with. Cardi is not. She didn't have to take the heat because Nicki was there. Nicki took the heat for all the new female rappers, and then Cardi just rose to the top, and kind of when she couldn't put music out, kind of beat Nicki to the punch. See, if Nicki was able to put her album out last year or at the end of 2016, because she didn't put an album out since 2014, if she was able to drop that album right then and there, then Cardi would have came out, did what she did, but Nicki would have still maintained that momentum. You know what I'm saying? She had put out a little mixtape here and there. And so the whole thing basically is Nicki is mad that Cardi is winning, but at the same time, her whole team is switching sides. People in the industry are switching sides because they want Cardi to win over her. Right, they want to get Nicki the fuck out of here.
It seems like her attitude's not helping her to me. Like Migos and everybody, they keep trying to put the two of them on the same track and trying to like be like, yo, chill, like it's cool, you can both be fucking famous. But it's like she's just insisting on being like, nah, fuck that, I'm the #1. And if you ever notice, Nicki Minaj always has a snobby ass look on her face, no matter what artist it is on stage.
She's like, I'm gonna be #1, and nobody else is gonna get in my way. I refuse to be second banana.
Exactly. Even if it's Jennifer Lopez though, yeah, she's like making this look on her face, like and it's like, bitch, who the fuck are you? You're not competing with Jennifer Lopez. Like, you're really not.
But she wants to be not only just a female hip hop artist, she wants to be the #1 female artist, period. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's just not gonna happen, bro. She can't sing like Jennifer Lopez and shit like that. She can't dance like that woman can dance.
Well, see, this is the thing. Nicki had, like I said, when she hit that snag, Taylor Swift came in. Ariana Grande came in.
She's worked with all these people too, though. She's worked with these people too, though, and then she turns her back. She backstabbing people.
Well, she took all the bullets of being the #1 female.
Nobody cares, bro. Yeah, that's great and everything, but that's her own story. That's not like you can't expect everybody's gonna bow down to you, bro. If you did this podcast for like 30 years, bro, and then you got like so big and famous, and then some other dude comes and makes a podcast, you think he's gonna like bow down to you and thank you like every single day. He's just gonna do his own shit. And
Yeah,
you built the path for him, but
this is the thing. I didn't mean to cut you off, John. My bad.
No, it's cool. I'm kind of trailing there, but it's a weird topic.
Because I'm the long-winded king, so I'm trying to slow it down. But
it's a weird topic, you know.
Yeah, but see, the thing with Nikki has so much. We get to find out the stuff happening with her brother. You know that we ain't gonna get into detail with that. Her family is kind of like her relationship with her family was shaky. The dude she was with Safari for all the years, and the thing is like. She just needs a man in her life, I think, to kind of guide her because she's acting off of raw emotion. And that's what happens. It normally happens with guys, but when you like the quote unquote breadwinner, now you're the man and the woman of the house. And see, the thing with Nikki is Nikki wants to put herself on the pedestal because she has something that's going on. She needs somebody that's in her corner. And everybody that's around her, including, I would say, I mean, Drake even said, "Yo, I need to see you. I want to talk to you because I see you going through some stuff." And they be there for each other, but Drake can't be with her 24/7. Drake can't stop her from cussing out Travis Scott the night before Travis Scott's supposed to get up and do sicko mode with Drake, and then they got the biggest, and she going off on Travis Scott and the baby and Kylie Jenner and all them. And the thing is, she needs a man, or she needs therapy. She needs somebody to kind of keep, and that's what it boils down to. Her and Safari. Safari is really the catalyst for all her shit because she put Safari on blast. Safari caused probably boosted her ego and then flattened it at the same time. That's why she's all over the fucking place. She need a man to come through and give her that good raw
time.
Exactly. Take her do the DDT choke slam. This
some act right.
For real.
You heard the rumor that she's dating Eminem?
Eminem ain't fucking Nicki.
I will tell you what, if it seems to be not true now that some time has passed, but if it was true, if they even did like a 1 month thing, I'm gonna tell you that's not good for either of them. They're both psycho.
That's what she said. She said he fucked. This is the thing about it. Nicki had a dude. She was dating him. She was fake dating Tekashi. She was fucking around with Drake, because Drake made all these look like he made the song. Remember way back him and Meek had fell out, right? Him and Meek fell out because Drake, Meek had been both fucking her at the same time. So it was basically they was waiting on the countdown clock for her to leave Safari. So he made that song Right Hand, right? He said, "You broke up with your man, and now it's back to business." And it's a video. If you go look, it's a Young Money vlog with the camera. Like Wayne is basically joking that he fucked Nicki, right? The thing with Nicki, like Nicki never, like they ain't fuck. Wayne ain't fuck Nicki because you could tell somebody didn't fuck somebody. They're not finna be just playing like they did like that hard. Like I could tell the chemistry between them is he ain't fucked her. So, but with Drake didn't dove in head first. His nose wide open, and then the video picks up. He got his hands all on the ass, squeezing it, kissing on her and shit. So and then she like notices the camera's on, right? Then he stopped. He been fucking around on her. So that's the thing. Like then when Meek, the story goes, the reason why him and Meek fell out is because Nicki said, "Oh, Drake ain't gonna be a couple." They was at Barney's or Saks or whatever, and she told him he was a couple racks short. She said Drake would never be a couple racks short. And that's what set him off on that Twitter rant and that whole conundrum that went down. That's why they cool, because him and Chris Brown, the same thing with Rihanna. Like all of these dudes is fighting over these females, and nobody. The thing with Nicki is Nicki can't keep none of these niggas. So,
sounds like she needs to tighten up.
Let me go over there. Shit, I go to work, come home. It'll be food. It'll be candles and incense burning and
you think her butt's real?
Look, see, I don't care nothing about that.
Killzown, I don't give a damn. He said.
Let me because I mean, the thing about it is, I'm not even worried about that.
I'm not, dude, too. It's just kind of funny. You gotta mention it.
Hold on. If I can make it past that, then I'm straight. I ain't worried about all that. All I need to do is get up in there, and she'll have some act right. She can give me the money she was giving Safari, and I'll just be in there screaming, "Hey, we live on the bus, y'all! Hey, Beatz N Bitz Podcast, Dickie on there every episode and shit in the background. You'll see me."
Oh, you're in there for the money?
No, I actually cause
I'm just messing with you, bro.
Look, all the women that I done had some emotional baggage. She ain't shit. That ain't shit. I done dated some women and had some bullshit happening to them. I'm talking about some real some shit. Like the thing about her is she just needs a man in her life that's gonna just give it an act right. And she just needs to. She wants somebody. She wants a man to be a man. She wants a man to check her because she had this motherfucker Safari sitting around there, and he was digging her down, but she wasn't. He was never there emotionally. That's why she's mad at Cardi for that too. She got this nigga Offset, even though he's slinging penis everywhere, according to the rumors and all that, and she fighting hoes over there in the club and everything like that, and they going back and forth because they was cheating on each other and shit like that, all that shit. Shout out Offset, I don't want no goddamn problems with Migos. They got shoot all them motherfuckers in Atlanta got shooters, and I'm trying to come eat y'all strip club wings and maybe throw a couple dollars when I come down there. So that's the thing. You good, John? You ain't have to mute yourself. Yeah, you good, bro.
Nah, I just got whips driving by.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, that's her whole thing. I ain't mean be Mr. Long with Matt. What's up? What you think about it?
I mean, she kind of needs to realize that you're never gonna stay on top forever. No one ever. Nope. That's the first thing. You need to get ready to realize that, hey, there's only so long you can do this.
Hey, Matt, hold up. She can stay on top forever with me. Continue.
That's different. That is entirely different, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not a thing of, she on top today. Like, that don't last. That don't last.
Tomorrow. It's my birthday tomorrow.
You're tired cuz to then, right? So she being all, I'm gonna be on top forever and everything. That ain't you eventually you have to get ready for it, like, okay, it's time to go. It's time to go.
Just like appreciate what position you're at and keep making your money. That's all. And then you never know, you may rise back up again. It's sort of like Call of Duty and shit, right? Like, they're going up and down, but they're not coming out and, like, dissing Battlefield directly or getting upset about shit. They just keep... I know it's completely different, but, like, some rappers have gracefully kind of hang in the middle, and then they come back to the high end. It happens.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s, it happened a lot. That's what I was thinking when you were saying, like, hip-hop kind of can only have one. I don't know if it wasn't always like that, though. Like, there used to be Jay-Z and Nas, and they beefed, but neither of them went down.
I'm talking about female rappers. This is the first time this has happened with a female rapper, because the industry notoriously only picked a female rapper. That's what that was. So it was that's what that was, basically. So, but we're gonna pray for Nikki. Nikki called me. I'm gonna tag you in this. I'm gonna put this gonna be the show clip. But yeah, call me. I'm here. You look, you ain't got to give me no money. Just fly me out so I know it's real, and fly me back to the crib when it was Sunday night, so I go to work. And if you ain't doing shit this weekend, just holler at me. I know shit.
Birthday boy.
I mean, the thing is that she gonna eventually realize that,
I'm saying she just needs.
It'll happen eventually.
Yeah.
But It's not gonna happen overnight. It's gonna be a while, but she'll figure it out eventually. Hopefully,
Especially, they sort of have different styles too.
Yeah.
Like Cardi B's going for the straight gangster approach, and that Nicki Minaj never has really been that. She has songs like that here and there, and everybody knows outside of when the cameras are off or whatever, she's probably pretty G, but you don't have to be number one of every category. Like, let somebody have a lane. But whatever, it's just my opinion.
All I'm saying is Def Jam finna be lit.
Def Jam.
This new Def Jam finna come out.
Yeah.
It's finna be all the way lit. But anyway.
What do you think about Red Dead 2?
Man, dog. I'm still peeling back the layers because Red Dead. I told y'all. I should have bet y'all money because the highest selling game of the year.
Bet it.
And one night, they ain't even look. This Thursday night, like this ain't even this day 0, and it's still smoking. Like, dog, as soon as I get off here, I'm be on Twitch playing it. So I mean, shoot, I'm just saying, like, it's you just get lost in the game. And at first I was kind of like the horse rides is daunting, but at the same time, shit happens on your way to stuff. It's not just you just riding 30 years like I think they learned that in Mafia. Because Mafia, you was just driving and the locales look dope, but it wasn't shit happening. And Red Dead, I literally went to the mountains to like, it's a side mission where you gotta like holler at these outlaws for this book. And so you go up to the mountain, your dude's up in the mountain, and it's a whole like every area is detailed. Like, it's not just desert, it's woodland areas, it's mountain ranges with ice on them. It's so, oh my god. So I get up there, I come back down, and it's a wolf. These pack of wolves are fighting a bear. So I take my bow out and I hit the bear with like 3 arrows, take it out, shoot the wolf, the other wolves run off. I gotta calm my horse down because my horse finna leave me. We ride over the next ridge down the hill. The same pack of wolves, I think it may be a different pack, but it seemed like it was the same 2, because I killed 1 and 2 left, and it was 2 down there. Down the hill, this dude was getting attacked by the wolves. So I'm scrambling, trying to get down the hill to save the dude. He get killed by the wolves. I shoot the wolves. We go back into town, and I sell the bear skin. But anyway, it's just so I loaded up the game 2 nights ago, Tuesday night, right?
Yeah.
And as I'm loading Twitch up, I'm starting the Twitch stream on the PS4, right? This dude, literally, the game only been running for like 30 seconds. I'm logged in, my saved and loaded up. This dude rides up on a horse through the fog. Like, I'm near the bayou, and it's like the sun's going down. So it's fog going. You can barely see. You see the sun coming down, and this dude comes out of the fog, shot up. His whole arm is shot the fuck up, and he falls off his horse. I get him on my horse, and we just take off to the next town, to the doctor's office.
Damn.
We get there to the doctor's office. He gives me like $11. So he probably didn't rob somebody, because there's not that much money back in the old West. Like,
right. $11 will buy you groceries 10 times for that in that day and age.
Exactly. So
bread's 5 cents.
Yeah. So I hit what did I do? I got him to the doctor's office. And the dude...
That's cool, man. It's like a whole living world in there.
Dog. And I'm telling you.
What happened then?
Oh, the doctor told... Because, this back in the day, insurance wasn't...
He's like, you're done.
No, he's gonna make it. He said, no, he gonna help you out, but we got to talk about your payment afterwards. So...
Oh.
And I got to cut off your arm. So...
Yeah.
He lost too much. He said, because on the ride there, he like, I can't feel my arm. At all. Like, I'm like...
Amputation.
Shit. I'm like, damn, he gonna pretty much be a slave to that dude.
One-armed slave.
Yeah, like, I mean, because you had to work your debt off. So, yeah, man, that ain't even story mode. Like, that's just...
Yeah, bullshit. That's just Random encounters.
Yeah, and it's like I've spent this, and then I just did like a bounty,
Yep.
and they out at this like burnt out fort. And I was trying to bring a dude in alive because I think you get a little extra if you do that because it was $100. So I shoot the dude, and I start noticing like on certain shots, you'll get like this little like bullet time slow-mo effect. So early in the game, doing one of the story missions, I took the bow out. I hit this dude clean in the head, and you see the arrow going in his head and coming out. Like, I was just like, oh, damn.
And even if you have a regular PS4 and a 1080 TV and not the 4K shit, this is like one of the most visually best looking games I've seen in years. It's crazy how good they made this game look.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are kind of upset about the realism and it takes so long and whatever, but I have this theory that it's sort of like fits, it matches because it's the Wild Wild West, and now you got two different sort of franchises from Rockstar, right? You got the Grand Theft Auto is like the speed of light. It's so fast. You're jumping into these fast cars. You're stealing these real fast cars. You're firing off these fast guns, and you're just moving from moment to moment. I like how they go to the GPS and you switch between three guys. I like that. But for Red Dead 2, everything to be slow and real and drawn out. It feels like you're playing a Wild West movie. It feels like it fits. It makes sense for the game, you know? And of course, I'm not going to lie. It takes a little getting used to. The controls are a little crazy, but I start to grow to appreciate that. And you got to keep in mind, like, these dudes are way more muscular than, like, most people nowadays, and they're wearing, like, pounds and pounds of clothing. Even though they're, like, tougher, they're still going to just move around different, and everything's very different. And they haven't had like video games to speed up their brains, and there's no such thing as a fridge hasn't been invented yet, and like they're just different, you know, and they've seen so much death around them, so they're more like numb to everything. So like oh man, this game's been blowing me away so far. It's crazy how good this game is. And as far as the sales, I did think it was a little sneaky how they announced, oh, it's the biggest weekend of all time, but GTA 5 came out on a Tuesday. So actually, GTA 5 made more money, but they were like, well, as far as weekends go. So whatever. That was funny though.
Well, that's why they moved it, because it sounds, because that's what Nintendo does. Let's be for real. Nintendo was dropping on Sunday, like, hey,
we're the biggest Sunday of all time.
Yeah, like they was dropping on that. The Switch had the biggest selling console launch ever. Or the Wii, with the Wii came, oh shit, the Wii was just like, matter of fact, let me pull up my account. Yeah, guess what day Smash Brothers coming out?
What day?
Friday. No, Friday. Not the 7th.
So just like one last thing of Reddit, I want to say, it is the number 2 of all time though already, as far as launches go. So that is impressive. And it's number 1 for this year. Black Ops number 2. So
they're finna make $1 billion all over again.
Oh my god, that's gonna be massive.
Everybody going on vacation again right now.
And I understand why they worded it that way, because it's gonna help them continue to get more sales. You know, when people hear that everybody on the planet bought something, then they want to go buy that. They want to see what are you guys so. Like, oh, well, this must be good. So what do you got to tell me about the Direct then? Are you ready to transition to that, Killzown? Because I'm behind on that, so I need to be educated.
I didn't watch all. I hadn't said I'm going to watch it and sit down and watch it.
They put out so many damn Directs for this Super Smash Bros. Game. I'm exhausted.
Bro, it's finna be probably the number 3 game, you know, behind. It's going to be the number 3 selling game of the year.
I could believe it. And maybe if there was more Switches, it could have gone higher, but, you know.
It's about to be. Switches going to be gone.
Switch is going to be sold out, you think?
Sold the fuck out. Like it's finna happen. Like, I'm telling you, Smash Brothers, and then now with the esports community, because you got to think about it. When Smash 4 came out, the esports community was just, like, blooming back in, what was that, 2014?
Yeah.
So 2013, 2014. So it just.
Well, I'm saying to the gloomy. I don't know the year.
No, I said it was just blooming. Like it was just like Twitch was taking off heavy. You know,
yeah, that stuff was kind of in a rut before Twitch, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now
it got big, and then it's like, and then Twitch like revived it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, because you had all the. I think that was like a couple years ago too, when we had before that when you had the YouTube glitch, well, not the glitch, but the algorithm in 2014, and then you had the adpocalypse in 2016, and now you got the restrictions here this year as far as getting monetized. You got to have so many people watching. It went from having the views to the subscribers to now you got to have the views, subscribers, and you got to be clean, and you got to do so it's best to be out on every platform.
I want to ask you a question about that later, but go ahead.
Yeah. So what's the thing here? So basically at the beginning of it, and Mac, I know you probably watched it earlier, so you probably watched it because I hadn't sat down and watched the whole thing. So they announced Ken and Fern, what's his name? Pokemon.
Incineroar.
Incineroar is like a fire fighting type. And he has like wrestling moves and stuff like that. So he's a fire fighting Pokemon. And we knew Ken was coming just off rip. Like they got them two in there, and so now the whole roster is like 74 characters, and we not even. And it's gonna be some more DLC. Like it's not. They probably gonna stop it at 100 characters. I can see it right now. It's gonna be 3 season passes. Gonna be 3 season passes, and we're gonna cap out at 100 characters. So I'm thinking that's because that's what all the other ones are doing, and people gonna want to get all the characters. So they got a lot of them starting off. They got the story, the adventure mode. They got the spirit mode. And what else they got? Because I didn't see the whole thing. I gotta go back and look at this. Mac, you take it away. Tell me what's going on.
So basically, the season passes is 5 different characters with stages and music. What you expect. But then they're giving away, what is it, Pipeline, the freaking, the Piranha Pipeline from Super Mario Brothers is a free character. I was like, oh, well, that's actually cool, right? And I'm like, okay, so that one's free. That's not included in the season pass. That's just, everybody gets it. Fine, whatever. But of these extra 5 characters, I'm a little like, you're announcing a season pass and you expect everybody to buy it.
I mean, we gonna buy it.
Nah, man. I'm like, cause I get burned by shit. I'm like, the only reason I bought 2K19 season pass because I already knew what I was getting with it.
Well, I could have told you.
Yeah.
That was but just think about it though. The reason why I ain't even mad about it because we getting every previous character.
Yeah, you're getting everybody from the previous last game up to now.
No. Every game they didn't have. Like I don't think you remember. I'm talking about all
the Smash Brothers games. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's basically, and then you get all the new characters, and then we get the season pass. So it's gonna be even more.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't even care about. I understand where your frustration is coming from, but I'm also kind of I'm kind of with it because it's already, even without this season pass, you got all the content.
Yeah, because a buddy of mine, he's like, he asked me about it this morning. I'm like, should I get the new Smash Bros? I'm like, dude, I already know what you're gonna do with your money. You already gonna buy it, and that's whether I tell you or not to. You just gonna buy it anyway. He was like, I'm not gonna buy. I'm like, yeah, you are, dude. You done already got your pre-order in. I guarantee you right now, you got your pre-order in. He's like, yeah, that's true. I'm like, and for Smash Bros, I'm like, I ain't the biggest Smash guy in my group. I'm like, I went from being like bottom of the barrel to like, I'm like a mid-tier to, if I'm playing an 8-man match, I will fuck around and I'll win that somehow. And I'll just look around like, how the hell did I do that? Like, it's what it is. But, I'm not, I'm like, dude, if you're going to buy Smash Bros, enjoy it. because I'm like, Nintendo is probably already knowing, like, we're gonna make the money off this. This is our big game of the year, more so than Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee this year, because I'm like, it's a remake of Yellow. I'm like, a lot of people aren't gonna go for it because it's a remake of Yellow. But one thing I know that people are gonna definitely say about Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, the version that's gonna sell the most is gonna be Let's Go Eevee more, because much like Blue Eyes and Red Eyes, nobody wants the powerhouse. Almost, you want, what can I do with this?
Mm-hmm.
The Eevee version, because it's like,
I'm still not sold on it, because it's open, it's expanding on Pokemon Go, and I never played it, so I haven't drank the Kool-Aid. I might get out here and play it tomorrow or whatever.
It's okay. It's not the best thing in the world. It's alright. I mean, if you're coming here wanting that that brand new Pokemon for Switch, this ain't it. This is the test bed to see how it'll all work. They know it's not going to probably, break any sales records. This is it's going to probably sell better than Pokemon Stadium 1, but not better than 2.
Okay.
It'll sell, like, Eevee version is going to be a hot seller this Christmas season. The Pikachu version is not. It's going to be like, you remember when Mortal Kombat came out for Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, and the Sega Genesis version sold out the Super Nintendo 5-1? Mm-hmm. That's what you're looking at.
Well, I'm looking at this Junichi Machida, one of the game directors, says that it may be an open world, a Zelda-like open world Pokemon game might be still coming, and that's what I was waiting on more so than anything. I want to have it where it's kind of like GTA, where, okay, I got this open world. Oh, Zelda's even better. Breath of the Wild's even better, where I got this open world. I could fly with my Pokemon. I could use my bike. I could take the train. I could battle. I could see Pokemon in the distance and stuff. Like I want to be able to see Ho-Oh and then get on my bike. Like matter of fact, I just got it. Shout out to the county library. I ain't never seen this yet, but I got it. I'm about to watch it. Don't judge me, y'all. But the kid. But anyway, I want to be able to see the Pokemon from way over there, or even I wanted to even be better than Breath of the Wild. I wanted to have, like, if they can do it, Red Dead-esque. Red Dead, like somewhere between Breath of the Wild and Red Dead as far as the realism of the environment. Like if Articuno comes through, flying through, it's a blizzard and you don't even know why. It's just out of nowhere, blizzard. Moltres comes through, the temperature is hot, like, and then have your trainer. He has to have. I might write this as an article, because we're gonna do a whole separate video. But I'm just saying, like, just have that layer of realism in there, and then you switch over to the online portion. It's the same thing, but you pulling up on trainers, and you know what I'm saying. Like, we could make like have a showdown, and then the Pokemon League, and it has built-in streaming. Built-in like Twitch, or even just on the Nintendo.com. And then from Nintendo.com, it'll stream to Twitch or whatever, because you know how Nintendo is. Just something on that level. Like, they need to really make it be the next generation of Pokemon games. Like, go big, go stupid big. And like you said, if Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu, and Let's Go Eevee really does well, then go there with it. Like, just take it to a whole different level. And then,
they already got a different one coming out next year.
Yeah, that's supposed to be the big one.
A completely new game.
Hopefully, if they listen to
this one's more for the casual crowd.
Yeah. I want, if they do it like I just described it, or maybe the first game is kind of more your traditional Pokemon, or maybe like they said, like Breath of the Wild esque, where you got that level of detail or whatever, where you could do that. And then the next game, they give you this grandiose, off the chain, off the wall. Like, if they could keep it consistent, because Pokemon has been more so than I would say Call of Duty has been more consistent and is giving you a lot. So we'll see what's it gonna be with that. It's just I don't know.
I got something to mention.
Yeah.
There's a new album drop. Have you heard about this?
Okay.
1 day ago, came out yesterday.
Cool.
It's called Hitler Wears Hermes 6 from West Side Gun.
Oh yeah, I've been hearing about West Side Gun, but
I just gotta give a shout out because my boy sent it to me and he's like, "Yo, this shit's crazy. It's like the hottest shit in New York right now." It's got Alchemist on it producing, DJ Muggs. The Alchemist.
I've been hearing the name a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So, just to mention, new album drop. Probably check that out.
Bad Boys 2. Bad Boys for Life just started filming today.
Oh,
okay,
cool.
Will Smith had, the
Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are in there.
Yeah, dog. They was just on Instagram. It's going down. So
good.
Yeah. So it was something else I wanted.
What year is that movie supposed to come?
Probably next year or the year after, so 2020 I'm guessing.
Okay.
This is the last topic I kind of want to bring out. I feel like if some of these games need to get pushed back into 2019, like
honestly, hang on, I already got one that should have been pushed back. My Hero Academia One's Justice should have been pushed back.
Yeah, My Hero Academia.
It's like, they didn't give a fuck about it because they released this the same damn day as Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
And you didn't dub it. You poorly subbed it.
Yeah.
It's like you didn't give a fuck about it. You were like, man, just throw this out there. This last game we got to throw out for this year. Like,
well, I think it came out in Japan already. And I think what it was
like 2-3 months ago.
I'm gonna say this because I hadn't played it yet, and I might get it. But I played it at I played the demo at E3, and I liked it. I think that they didn't want to put all that oomph in there because it was a backlash with Dragon Ball Z dubbing the character. So I guess they wanted to give the American audience same thing they did with Fist of the North Star, which was cool. When I played it, I was a little tired, and it kind of I hate that you can't skip some of the dialogue in that game, but it's still a solid game. Like, it's Yakuza and meets Fist of the North Star, and then with My Hero Academia, they blended the One Piece and Naruto Ultimate Ninja fighting style, and I hadn't really even dipped my toe all the way into the ocean that is My Hero Academia. But it is a solid game, and that's how Namco.
It's solid, but you would have benefited from pushing it back to like next year. And
they could have waited, but I think they just put it out there to see who of the fandom is gonna buy it. Yeah, because if they had to put it all by itself, it is sold poorly. Then now they can, if they put it next to Red Dead, it's like, well, shit, what was he gonna do? So it makes it for the investors. They're like, oh, well, we didn't know when Red Dead was coming out. We had this date set up way in advance before Red Dead. They probably had it already set up because it came out in Japan. So, and they're focusing more on Dragon Ball Fighters because that's in the fighting circuit, whereas Naruto was never in the fighting circuit. And My Hero Academia is never going to be in the fighting circuit. So this is more of a niche title. And I think that it's going to grow. Like, when they put out the JoJo game, like that game didn't really take off. And they do a limited release, and then the game ends up blowing up. So it's like that game, the JoJo game is like $80 now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you don't buy it digitally, it's still $60 digitally on PS3. So, even if it's still even on there. So that's my point. Like, I see where you coming from, but I feel like they need to push back Just Cause 4. They need to push back Hitman 2. They
Yeah.
need to put like a lot of games need to just get pushed back because
Just Cause 4 didn't get pushed back already?
No.
Just Cause 4 always they always drop in December. And
no, that's not a good idea. That's not gonna sell shit.
A lot of people are like they're not even spending money like right now even.
I know, because that's why I actually forgot about that game, because they're not even marketing it for months now. They have not been marketing it.
Like the one game everybody is talking about, like next year, right out the bat, Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm like, yeah. Like, they're releasing, in the same week, they're releasing Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition, like that Tuesday. Like that Thursday, they're re-releasing Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2 PS4 versions, and I'm buying them. I already got money down on them.
That game's cool.
Yeah, they know they're already going to get their money for whatever that is. But, like, Kingdom Hearts 3 is about to just fuck everybody all the way up.
Well,
like,
hold up. Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. This Resident Evil 2 remake.
Yeah, the Resident Evil 2, that drops like in February, right?
It drops
January.
It drops the next week right after Kingdom Hearts. Like it drops Thursday too.
That is, man.
Yeah. Those are going to be the only two games that can really, really eat good that month.
Shoot.
But you know what should have been pushed back? No, that game's fine, to my opinion, because it's so different than all the other games, man. It's not like the other games, and everybody's got the wrong idea the way they're looking at it. And the longer that they hold off putting that out, the more internet rage and opinions are going to go on, because nobody understands that game is the problem. Just like Elder Scrolls Online, everybody wanted it to be a certain thing. It's not that thing, so they're just going to bitch about it.
Well, see, all the Elder Scrolls kind of it had like a Rainbow Six Siege thing where at first wasn't nobody really playing it, and then over time they just kept supporting it. And then the same thing with GTA Online.
It's kind of looking like Fallout might have that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be one of the folks that's grabbing it. But the thing is, I knew what I was getting into.
Well, it's a Bethesda game. If it's any Bethesda game on PC, it's like, this motherfucker is not going to be at its fullest for like about, I want to say, 60 to 90 days. After that, then it's fine.
Well, especially it's a multiplayer only mini MMO.
Yeah, so
you gotta give those
60 to 90 days. You just wait and you pick it up, and it's like, oh, this is fine now. But if you had bought it like launch, like, shit.
You know what I think should have been pushed to 2019?
What?
Battlefield 5.
That's what I was just getting ready to say.
Yeah, they have no business coming out this year. No one likes it. No one wants it.
Especially when you've overhyped that damn Battle Royale mode as your main selling point.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't even get it out this year. You just need to go ahead and just wait. Let this Call of Duty mess die down a bit. Let that flame die down a bit. And then you can probably get some people to come back to Battlefield. But you bring in Battlefield out, like next week, I want to think?
Mm-hmm.
Man, you might as well just be throwing money into the fire to burn it.
I mean, I don't know, because
I know
the people that got burnt by Call of Duty not having a single player might run. I heard,
but Battlefield's never had a good single player though. That's like
Battlefield 1 had one. I'm gonna run back through it. If Battlefield 1 was solid, that's why Battlefield 1 saved the franchise. I mean, yeah, but it saved, but the online saved it though. Like we wasn't playing Battlefield for the
the online's good for Battlefield 1, but you just talking about the single story right there.
Well, no. But I'm saying all the
single player.
The 50 million. Okay, so the 10 million that Call of Duty lost, 10 million, $50 million that they lost for no single player. People are gonna be running to get Battlefield, and Battlefield 5 actually to me. It's better than Call of Duty because I played both of them.
We don't know.
I played it at E3, and when I played Battlefield 5 and it was on PC, let me preface it that I was blown away. Like,
bro, Battlefield's always better on PC though. Come on, that's why EA should have never made them do the consoles.
Well, hold on. I'm gonna preface it this. I'm talking about the presentation. The gameplay itself was crazy. Like I'm like, whoa! I'm looking around like it's like Red Dead level detail for like
on a PC, of course.
Yeah, but I'm saying okay, but I'm saying with that aside, the fight started. We running towards this town that's already been taken over. We gotta take this town back from the opposing team. The snipers
rush mode,
up.
the only good mode that they've ever had.
The snipers line up, but I'm telling you, the controls on it was stupid. So it's dark, and then in this one, every round cycles a different part of the day. It's pitch black. We can see the town off in the distance. Next thing I see is a hail of bullets. Snipers just picking my whole team off. People just falling. Like I'm like, oh shit! So I grab up one of the guys, kill him. Then I hit like 4 or 5 snipers. I'm on my belly with my sniper, hitting them from the ridge. They already killed me once, so I'm hitting them from the ridge. My team is going around me. I'm taking all the fire. I'm pulling up. I got a cannon. I'm shooting the cannon off. It's a cannon sitting off here because the tank got blown up. So I'm shooting the cannon or whatever. They running across the whole, like, because it's still, mind you, it's still a whole bunch of sniper fire just hitting folks. Then there's one dude, he wanted to be a hero and run us all down. I took his ass out. His homeboy tried to come heal him. I took his ass out. Then they hit me, like 3 of them gang up on me. I ain't had nothing but a shovel. I took the shovel and started beating that one dude head in before I got shot. So we pressing on. This is 20 minutes now. I'm standing up. It's hot. It's LA. We in this little air-conditioned booth. I'm yelling at my whole team like, go, go. And they turned the heads, the mic off. But we all just kicking it. Everybody focused and they trying to win. So my team, we getting beat up on the first round, but we punched through. We made it over the hill. We got the first thing, the first little base, and then it switches over. It's morning. So we coming in, we shooting the shit, we punching in, but we lose because these dudes got a tank. We switch over. It's noon. We start throwing grenades into the tank. Somebody hit a kill. Somebody jumped into the plane. So we got a plane. We got a dogfight going on in the air. People shooting down at the ground, and they kind of close the gap from the ground to the air. So it's like you ain't just way off in the air, all the way around from the map like in Battlefield 1. You right there. So we got this going on. Dude in the tank is shooting us out the air. I get in my I'm in my plane. I get shot down, but I land straight on top of the first tank. The whole squad just runs through. They shooting everything that's moving. Then, I respawn. I go to the house where they all at. I start shooting. I take everybody out in the house, and then somebody shoots me in the back. We get to the cannon. We push into the harbor. We didn't won this round, so we 2-1. We started hitting them upside the head with the cannon. I just started shooting, and now they going inside this little like this harbor inside of like I forget what the name of it is, where they drive the boat in the port. They driving the port. They driving into the port. Next round goes. We lose this round because they get some more tanks up on the ridge and they blowing up the damn pier, and it's a whole like walkway. They blow that shit to smithereens. So we keep going. We press on and we win. And I was just like, the whole time I was like, this shit is gonna be the bomb. But then my bad, y'all got super long winded.
No, that's good. I wanted to hear this.
Yeah, like I was like, this shit is gonna change the FBI call. And I had went the next day, played Call of Duty. I'm like, it's okay. But man, Battlefield is going.
Hey, that's a shame then. That the marketing has gone this way, because it sounds like a really good.
Yeah. Shit.
But then again, I gotta say, I'm not trying to. Like, I'm happy to hear your impressions, and you know what I'm going to say already. But I got to say, a PC is just different. And also, I got to say also that EA and DICE have been caught cheating so many damn times with these super-powered PCs. They soldered together graphics cards on the PCs, and they, like, overpowered the PC so much that they spent like 30, 20 grand on it, and it didn't even work after E3 because it was just like blown out. So
No,
you
they had
can't really trust that their quality of what you played at E3 is going to be the same as the actual game. That's the only problem with that. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying you got to be skeptical, even if you put your hands on, because EA and DICE are like witchcraft with their PC building. You
Yeah.
know?
Well, I'm gonna say this about that too. Like, I think still, even on console, I'm just talking about, and this is we didn't even have a squad of people that was mic'd up. So just
Yeah.
imagine the. I'm just talking about the gameplay because the visuals, it was cool. I'm talking about the gameplay itself, like
Right, but the
visuals
performance
aside.
matters. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's a cool
but
design. I can tell that by what you're saying. That it's
yeah,
kind of exciting sounding, but with the way EA is lately and stuff, man, and it's just like, a
yeah,
lot of people don't really want to give them a chance, and
and
it's a shame.
I think what it was is because of the whole Battlefront 2. That's why Battlefield 5 is suffering because of the
Yeah,
way they.
probably.
That is the main reason why this game is not getting the same support. Um, and let me see here. So for the last topic of the night, the PlayStation
Another topic. I
Classic.
was gonna hit you with a bonus topic, but you said another
No,
last topic.
no. Give me another one. Give me another one. Keep it rolling.
Are you sure you're ready for this one? It's a little crazy, but I've been wanting to get your opinion on this for a long time, and we don't have to go like rabbit hole with it,
Mm,
okay? But just like hit it from the surface, if you will,
mm.
okay? And then maybe if you want to throw in your other topic, I'm down with that too. I don't care. I got time today. But
Okay.
here's the thing. Alex Jones banned from social media, and then afterwards, over 800 publications were banned from over 100 social media. So now, like, are we in danger of extreme censorship? Do you think this affects gaming
No.
content creators? I saw your video on big content creators complaining on platforms they don't own and that they should invest and make another platform. And I agree with you. And I want to point out that there is one person doing it, and it's Linus Tech Tips. He's got a platform called Float Plane that he's creating. Okay. And
Mm,
this is right before the midterm elections. I don't want to go rabbit hole with it. I don't want to go super mega political, but I just need to hear you. I want to hear your opinions, both of you guys, on Alex Jones being banned, like super mega forever banned. And then after sort of they waited and watched and everyone just accepted it, then they banned 800 more places.
well,
What do you think about this?
I think the thing about Alex Jones, because we touched on this a little bit, I think with him was he was basically a lot. He was about he had a 50-50 shooting range on like his content, and a lot of his stuff. I don't even think it's necessary. I think it's just the fact that him, and a lot of those publications, like they start rocking the boat on not necessarily political stuff, but when you talk about the LGBT community, the Me Too stuff, like that's like kryptonite. And when to any
Yeah.
media platform, so when you, it's not even about the political. This is about lobbying and vested interest. It's not even about like, oh, because I don't even honestly I don't think we're gonna see. It's never gonna be like what like conceptually on a like a ground level, and if it is, I don't know if we'll be alive for it, if it's going to be like our government is going to shift to a more totalitarian type deal, or one world government. It has to be something catastrophic to where I don't think it's not going to happen, because then we would be in the middle of World War III. What's happening right now today in 2018 is this LGBTQ community slash Me Too movement, and a lot, and basically what what we occasionally talk about here, and we talk about that everybody's really been talking about, is the truth shall come to the light. And so when you got a person that is at like Alex Jones, who is challenging the Me Too movement, who is who's criticizing like and the other thing about it is money. So the president already has a lot of people that's on him, because of his past transgressions. And the reason why no action has been taken against him is because he's not pressed the button for us to go to war, which they thought Hillary was going to do, and she might have very well have, you know, and or she may not have. Well, we don't know. But the point of it is the whole thing with like Trump diffusing Korea, you know, the whole his deal with it's a money play, like, but at the same time it's yielding results. Like we gotta be for real here. Like that whole North Korea thing was finna be a thing, a powder keg. The Russia thing was being a powder keg, but at the same time, the reason why it's not being looked at is because Trump, because of his views on certain things, and it's a money play involved. Because Trump knows that even if he don't get reelected, they've been trying to take out Trump for the longest time because he fell off. This is personal. This is not even a political thing. This is just the fact that Alex Jones does not like the fact that a businessman was able to come in and take the White House. So
wait a minute though, because Alex Jones is very pro-Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he is.
But that's not really the topic that I was trying to say. I'm like all the political stuff aside. I'm just talking about the censorship. Yeah.
He play again. When you are,
how can you really make a reason why somebody can be permanently banned from every website on the planet?
Because he showed a little bit too much of his hand with Trump. Because again, even though he's a supporter, it's a money play involved. And because you have a president that has a get down that lines up with his agenda, it's kind of like they had the other parties that are involved.
You're going like deeper with it though than I'm trying to say. Like, I understand like the behind the scenes reasons. I'm asking you.
They had to shut him up because he was. Showing,
I know they had
too much of the. He was moving the curtain back too much, and that's
right.
Why,
I get that part. They don't want the truth to be out, but they have to operate on the rules that the regular people think about and the surface. It's not all about. Like they can do it because they have that motive. That's their motive. But what's their public reason?
And the public reason is you don't want to have somebody like Alex Jones. Even though I agree with you, he should still be entitled to his free speech. But it's enabling these attacks that have been happening.
So why don't you just leave his accounts, ban the one video, and then sue him for what he did with that one video? Like everybody else gets a trial first if they did something wrong, and then if they get convicted, then they get a punishment. But why does this person, just this one particular person, gets everything they've ever created on the internet deleted? That's not really like a normal thing, bro. That has never actually happened in history until now.
Again, when you're mobilizing a hate group.
And that's only alleged. Nobody sued him and convicted him of that. That's just what they want to say he did.
But it's the same. I mean, we see it happen on YouTube a lot. I mean, it's when anybody starts.
I see people saying something and then other things happen. But here's where do you draw the line between I'm reporting on something that's happening versus I'm causing the thing or promoting it? How do you draw the line there? And shouldn't you draw that line? Shouldn't you draw that line in a courtroom and not in a secret meeting?
Yeah. But I mean, it's the same thing happens with these rappers. Like you got to think about. I'm gonna just bring a parallel right here. They say like Tekashi 6ix9ine, right?
Yeah.
Tekashi 6ix9ine is arguably one of the biggest acts, and he's not only as far as sales, but as far as influence. So they're not shutting him down off of Instagram, but the NYPD, the judge's office, they did the same thing with Bobby Shmurda. It's not necessary. If they want you, they're going to come get you.
But with Bobby Shmurda, they had all the proof. They waited for 2 years investigating him, and then when they arrested him, he had the this, he had the that, he had the dogs, he had the guns, he had the plants. They had everything they needed, and they put it all in court evidence.
You're right. I mean, but same
with Alex Jones, they just said, oh, well, you're deleted. Like, fuck off.
Same thing with 6ix9ine. He can't scream Treyway or Scum Gang or none of that stuff. They raided his old house. They found a handgun. They was trying to put the handgun on.
But that's what I'm saying. They raided that guy's house. They did not raid Alex Jones' house. They did not accuse him of anything.
Well, I mean, you know,
He's got a trial going for custody, and that has nothing to do with any of this stuff.
I mean,
so
and then
I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna make a set of rules and then hold everybody to the set of rules, but then you just pick one person and you're like, well, that guy is just fuck that guy without doing the rules.
They do it, but this is the thing about it though.
Now they can do it to anybody.
It's kind of a thing that, here's what I say. Hate to interrupt y'all, but it's kind of
go ahead.
Either everyone is subject to it or no one is. See, if we just gonna start doing shit to people for saying shit on one end of the spectrum, then you also kind of need to do the same thing for the other end of the spectrum.
That's another part of it. Like, they're only getting rid of certain things where there's elections happening.
Yeah.
And now you got only a certain crowd.
That's almost like being part of the Philadelphia Steelers. If you're a top tier guy, nothing bad. You can be a colossal fuck up. You can have rape allegations. You can have this. You can have that done to you. But if you're a top guy, nothing bad is going to happen to you. Your place on the team is insured until you're convicted.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, see, hold up.
If you're a brand new guy or you're a scrub on the team, you subject to every bit of scrutiny and punishment. And it's kind of bullshit to me. I'm like, either you are or you ain't. Make a choice.
Well, I think they already. If you look at Facebook, they've added a filter as far as like offensive or objectionable content. And then if you go and you look at YouTube, they've basically leveled it and said, look, if your content is not squeaky clean, you're not gonna. If your content is not squeaky clean, then they're not going to monetize you. So the thing I think with Alex Jones was he was spewing all this, because I didn't even see the video, but I know he's been knocking on wood for so long, is that he's going to still make money. So they feel like, well, he is a radical and he's mobilizing these other radicals, and these people are saying, oh, well, I've been on InfoWars. Just the same thing with the shooters. They say, oh, I played GTA or I played Doom. So you got these people that are going out here committing these acts, and they're going and they're looking at these people's search engines. It's InfoWars. You got, homeless veterans and stuff like that are on the streets attacking people and stuff like that, allegedly. Because that's a whole different topic we can get on as to why that's why that's even a deal.
Bro, the other side's doing the same thing. No one's punishing that.
You know why the whole it goes back to what I originally said about the Me Too movement. Half of those claims are real, half of them is money grabs. The reason why Bill Cosby goes to jail and Harvey Weinstein don't go to jail is money, lobbying.
I guess I should have expected this answer, because you're right, but it's a real disappointing. It's a real disappointing conclusion. I thought it's fucking democracy, but
no, it's paper. It ain't even that deep. It's paper. It's all about the paper, man. Like, it's all about the paper. Yeah. And that's why I said they could default to, well, and they did. They were like, well, we got these community guidelines, this and this. Alex Jones has been, it's been people that have done bad things.
All right. So do you think there's some people saying now that they want the government to regulate the social media that are big enough to be considered public squares?
They're already doing it. I mean,
hold up. Your boy wants to say something.
Hell no. I want is, dude.
You think that's a trick? You think that's a trap?
Hell no, I don't want that shit to happen. Don't do that shit.
They're already doing it, but they're not saying that they're doing it.
There's one more. Did you know that in China they have something called a social media score, or like a society score, some stupid shit like that, where you have a number associated with your, like, pretty much your name, and based on gossip and everybody who has no life, so they sit there and talk about yours. Your number can go up and down over time. And it's used as like a terrorism against the citizens to like behave. You better not do what's socially unacceptable, otherwise your number will go down. And then they give out loans based on that number. Not even credit score. It's like your social credit, they call it.
Well, I mean, I saw that up in Black Mirror.
Don't you think that that's sort of how this is sort of like setting the trend for that to be a case?
I mean, I think in China though, you have a constant thing of like you got people murdering people, you got suicide, you got all over.
Of course, that's because
the government will kill you and then just charge you for the bullet.
Man. Well, China's been oppressed for so long. There's just a bunch of fucking poor people, man, and a shitty government that treats them like shit, and now it's trying to get away with it with this great public image, pretending like they didn't do it for all that time.
I mean, this is the thing about it, because you got in China also, they got like the they got cameras everywhere.
Yeah,
people are like, I think it's encouraging people to be better people, like instead of slandering people, instead of abusing people. I think to a certain extent it will cut down on the bullshit. Like Instagram thotties, if they had this enabled, that shit going away. You know, I don't think it's gonna hit America ever, because people making so much money on social media, including the government. It's crazy. Like, think about how many people nowadays, these idiots get on this phone here. Where my phone at? These idiots get on the phone, talk about what they did, who they done shot, and everything else like that. And as soon as they get up on the phone, everything is being recorded. So
for fact,
so that's my whole point of it is this. It's about
confirmed paper. Like 20 times.
It's about paper though. That's the thing. Like, it's not no big grandiose thing. It's the same thing with China. It's about paper, and it's about the survival of the fittest. And we make it be all these grandiose things, but that's what it is. And it's like, we're still in America, and our civil liberties are still intact, and we do have the power, and it's easier for us to vote people in that's gonna have our vested interest at heart. We got to make sure that people are going out here and voting, and not only going out here and voting, researching and voting. And we also got minority groups that we need, that, you know, especially black folks. I'm sorry, y'all, but we need to get our shit together and get on this shit right here. Fuck all that rioting and all that bullshit. You know, ain't none of y'all going out. I said, I had a line in my song. You know what I'm saying? Niggas playing like they hard and they think gangster. When the people come, they don't never spank them. Meaning, basically, y'all talk all this shit, but then when the boys come around, you gangster ass niggas ain't doing nothing. So my point of it is, this is the power. This is power. The pen is way mightier than the sword or the bullet or whatever else y'all niggas out there got. We need to be on this right here. And if you can't vote, if they fucked your shit up, because they had just even today here in St. Louis. Y'all hear me? Okay. People today in St. Louis, it was hundreds of people that were told that they couldn't vote by some fake phone call. So get your ass up, find wherever you at, because Tuesday, that's where it goes now. You feel me? State, national, get you one of these. I'm gonna get on here. I'm doing my own research. And we also got to start putting our money where our mouth is. That's how that shit gonna change. You got a whole bunch of motherfuckers that's 60, 70, 80 years old and still on that mindset they was on in Red Dead Redemption 2. And they running this motherfucker. And they've been running this motherfucker. So I want all you gangster ass niggas that's playing it to while you playing it, to realize what's happening. Every criminal organization, every lone criminal has been hunted down, jailed, or killed. We need y'all to get off the dumb shit and get on this right here, because then the balance of power shifts. Because we got America, we still got it. We still got democracy, but we gotta, as people, exercise it, and we gotta start putting it in motherfuckers' pockets. Because I guarantee you, if black folks was paying like the LGBTQ community is paying, like the feminist movement is paying, shit'll be changed around here. But don't nobody. We always want to talk about the problem. Oh, Alex Jones and got sense. But if Alex Jones was putting it in he riding for Trump, but he ain't paid a toll. So that's why he got cut off. His ass got cut off. You know what I'm saying? It's all about these green guys. You know what I'm saying? It's about all like simple. It's all about like simple.
It's all about the Benjamins.
Exactly. I'm just saying, like Simple P, I like what he said. He said, it's this all this what did he say? He said the bills with the dead hypocrites on them. That's what it's all about. It's all about that paper, man. And that's what we get up every day.
Except George Washington, though. He was crazy cool.
Well, I mean, that's debatable. But you know.
only cause he was a general that fought in the front line with his dudes.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I bet you there will be a lot more logic in the wars if the generals had to be like, all right, you planned that war? Cool. Now go stand next to the front line guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
but whatever.
But I mean,
nobody's perfect though, and that was a weird time period, you know.
Exactly, and he was also a staunch racist. But anyway, the point
I'm
making
that shit.
Alex Jones is just like a motherfucker that's riding for a rapper, but ain't on the motherfucking payroll, and that's why he got shut down. All the other websites got shut down because Alex Jones, 90% of them probably was referencing Alex Jones, and they just got
there were some leftist sites shut down too, but I don't know if they did that just to look like they're being fair
No, because if you this is the thing about it. If you kicking the can and you ain't put shit off in the can, then you gonna get I mean, it's just like paying union dues or breaking your paper off to the set. This shit has been happening since the beginning of time. So that's why he got cut. It's no legal justification why he got his ass cut off, but the common sense justification is it's like Kanye. Kanye just jumped up here and said, "Oh, they was using me. I can't." He went over there with Trump. Then he went over there with the old girl talking about Brexit. And then it finally dawned on him because I thought Kanye honestly was trying to finesse the president to get him tax breaks to build he was trying.
It looked like he was doing some type of interesting work. Yeah.
Well, he was gonna have a plant. He was gonna have.
I liked that speech he gave. That's when everyone's like, "Oh, he sounds crazy. Look at him, he's crazy." I was like, "Nah, that was a good speech, dude."
Like, hold up. His whole master plan was trying to get an Adidas plant put in Chicago.
Yeah, that was a good plan.
And he's over in Uganda right now trying to get the district, like the production. He's trying to get it there. Because you got to think, Akon just put a whole bunch of money into electricity and Bitcoin over there. So they all in cahoots, him, Pharrell, all the motherfuckers, they doing it on the low. But Kanye low key almost fucked it up by doing this bullshit. Because now people, like when I told people I was at Wingstop and a dude had an old Brandon, I was like, yo, Kanye on to something. He need to shut the fuck up, but he on to something. So that's the other part too. Like Alex Jones, another he like the white version of Kanye. So it's like,
all right, that makes sense.
When you running your mouth and you're not doing shit. I mean, he had a lot of shit that he was saying, but it's like he wasn't taking the money that he was getting, and he's still getting to. Okay, we're gonna go over to these political candidates. We're gonna fund them, get them in, because we know how this shit work. Like I don't know.
You got a point.
I don't know why
people act
like they don't know how this shit works. Like this shit ain't. It's not no evil, sinister, Illuminati. It's all about paper and survival.
Yep.
And to bring it back around
of the richest.
I mean, for real. I mean, and that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if this shit, like, say we have a catastrophe and all the power goes out and all this other, then it's just this is the survival of the fittest. You know, we had some great natural disaster that sends everything haywire. We have a plague. We have a zombie apocalypse. All that shit. You'll see that all the motherfuckers up top, it ain't gonna matter. But until that time, it's about these green guys with the dead hypocrites on them. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
And that's all it is, man. Like it ain't no deep dive on it. Like, it's all about that payola. He was caping and then he didn't put into it. This is why I don't ride. I'm gonna tell y'all. And Matt probably seen it when everybody was going in on Ali from the St. Lunatics. Ali is like like he was before Kanye, before 6ix9ine. He even admitted it. So I'm not talking behind his back. I salute the OG. The mastermind behind Nelly and the St. Lunatics. He would troll people. Like he's like, yo, I'm on a plane right now. I got a 8-10 hour flight to Germany. You know what I'm saying? We finna do a show over there. Let me talk some shit about what's going on in the city. So, and when he did that, he pissed everybody off. And I was kind of going to bat for him because I'm like, he answering all y'all questions and y'all getting so upset about him because y'all can't get to Nelly. Nelly ain't on Facebook and Instagram like that. He got his girl Ali and his team posting shit up for him. He ain't on Instagram. He ain't on his phone like that. He probably ain't got no apps on that motherfucker. But you know, maybe Twitter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, people want somebody to attack. So Ali jumped out there, I was defending because I'm like, y'all don't understand the business. But you talking to motherfuckers that don't care about none of that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You talking to people in St. Louis that's poor, they mama poor, they poor, they ain't trying to do nothing to change it. They ain't out here hustling, they ain't out here looking for no other way other than being in the streets, and they mad. So they looking for somewhere to unload all that anger. So when you jump out there and you trying to talk some sense to some motherfuckers, ain't trying to hear that. Same thing with the LGBT community and in the Me Too shit, where okay, when a woman is found to be falsely accused, motherfuckers don't care nothing about restitution and getting a settlement and all that other shit. They don't nobody give a fuck about that shit because you know why? Motherfuckers feel like I paid you, motherfuckers feel like St. Louis motherfuckers feel like, oh well, we paid y'all we thought y'all was gonna be the people that put everybody on. Same way with Alex Jones. Alex Jones is howling at the government, but he didn't put nobody. He ain't paid a toll first of all for the people he was caping for, and he didn't do nothing do nothing to change it. He just thrived off the bullshit. Same way with Kanye. When you do some shit and you not finna be you for yourself, and you just talking shit and you don't saying shit, then you gonna open yourself up to be attacked. And motherfuckers gonna come at. I learned that shit myself, trying to talk about the stuff going on. You know, Matt will tell you.
Yeah.
Matt will tell you. I was going to the concerts and shit like that, and I'm trying to bring motherfuckers together and all that. But you can't get motherfuckers that's on different wavelengths than you to get on with them if you're not putting no money in their pocket.
Pretty much, it's some motherfuckers that you can't work with, like, okay, they want you to basically bend over backwards for them, do everything for them before they begin to do a fucking thing for you. And
exactly.
And some people I done had to cut off on account of that shit because I'm like, dude, like, I can't be taking care of you. I got my own shit I got to take care of.
Exactly. And that's what it all comes down to. So, you know, that's what it all comes down to. So Alex Jones thought he was big and bad, and he took his ass down. Logan Paul and them thought they was big and bad. They almost took their ass down, but they had motherfuckers that they was paying. They was breaking off to help their ass. Kanye, same deal. Kanye got people around him and his team that ain't gonna let him die. Like he didn't brought too many motherfuckers in his game and helped too many motherfuckers to the point where he, even though he's running off at the mouth, he still got a safety net. His wife is still. They keep every other day they talking about, oh, Kim finna leave it. She ain't finna go no motherfucking work. They got so much. He done made her so much paper off of the ideas that he gave her, and Nick Cannon gave, and that's why Nick Cannon. We went at Nick Cannon, but they squashed that shit behind closed doors because they know what time it is. They all getting paper with each other, off each other, and it's a revolving door. And like I said, if regular people do that shit, then you know what I'm saying. It's all about paper. And John, let me ask you this question: how many gaming websites we know motherfuckers then went through, you know, roll hard for when they was just getting a couple review codes, a couple things like that. And then once that shit dried up, they went on to the next person. And then that person that had started the website, he pissed off and mad at everybody, you know, or whatever. Or shooting their mouth off.
I've seen a lot of websites deleted because the creator makes the website and then they're not paying anybody, and then they're thinking, if this doesn't make X amounts of money by X amounts of time, I'm deleting the whole damn site. They don't even warn anybody, and then all the articles you created, they're just up in smoke. Yep, that happened to me. I've lost like a few hundred at least, maybe about 1,000 I might have lost between Examiner going down, and then a few others I don't want to name because, you know, it's personal
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So I mean, so that's why, like, that's the reason why I opened up this podcast, man. People like if Matt start like he got a Twitch stream, put that in the chat. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Put
I mean, because I'm like, I'm streaming like 2K19 on Twitch. I'm like, I ask people like, if there's characters you want to see up in this game, let me know. I'll see if I can make it. And it's like people come up like, I was like, okay, well, I'm adding the Double Dragons in here as a fucking tag team, and people have gotten behind it. They're like, okay,
That's cool.
who else can you get up in here? Can you get me? Oh, what's the name? Oh, the guys from Final Fight. Yeah, all three of them is a tag team called SF89.
That's cool as hell.
I got the guys from Streets of Rage and the one girl, Blaze. And like she got two different attires. She got her clothes from 1, she got her clothes from 3. It's like, I'm serious. It's like, I'm actually trying something different here because I'm like, I could just stream the regular game if I want to, but why do that when, the guys that's reviewing it done already did it, and I can just instead do what I want to do something different, do something cool. And then my streamers right there. But I'm like, I'm trying stuff. It's better than just doing the same old stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for now. Is something, maybe something. I got a couple ideas I'm gonna start putting into play, and then I still see with me. I'm just putting it. I'm just basically doing what we do here on the show on my stream. Like I'm talking shit. I see different things, and I'm being more of a personality. But I'm looking for things like that to kind of drill it. And then too, I'm gonna start breaking myself for the channel, like giveaways and stuff. Like I got things I need to take care of. But until then, I'm trying different things and putting different things into play. We still keeping the show running. And that's the other reason why I never quit YouTube. Like, even though I'm not getting all these different views, people call me crazy, but it's just like, I'm not just gonna give up on something just because it's not getting views right now.
Yeah, like for real, I just started off my channel, and I get a couple new followers every other day, right? And it's like, I wasn't expecting it to get this big this soon. I'm like, wow, dude, what is happening? I shared it out on my Twitter, on Facebook, and different groups I'm in, and I got people watching now. I'm like, okay, cool. This is great. And I like it. It's just like, I'm just doing little by little over time.
And you're getting the people involved too. So it's like, and then shoot, John, you got the site back up. It looks gorgeous. We broke the damn site. I don't know how many times, but we was all working together. Like we did some shit. We've been on top of N4G, and things happen. Setbacks happen and things of that nature. But you got the site looking like ain't no other site that look like RGN right now.
Good looks, bro. Yeah, man. And I've learned from the past too, and like I'm planning on doing some things that I don't want to get hopes up for right away, right? Like making the rounds on like on the back end, like kickbacks and shit like that from the past, because I know I didn't build it only by myself. I'm not one of those people, but we did some great, but we did some great things with this. And it goes up and down, that's part of this business. It's not like you're fucking selling toilet paper, bro. There's gonna be months and years that goes up and down. It's just entertainment. That's what it is. And man, and we've had so many millions of views over the years. And the one thing that I'm super happy about, with the technical difficulties that we've had and switching hosts and changing the site and everything, we've managed to keep all the old articles, all the back articles, what's called back catalog. So everybody's work is still there, Yeah, man. And
to
and I'm not deleting the damn site. I don't care, if it makes money or if it doesn't make money, I'm paying to keep it alive. And I really believe in the podcasts that we used to do. We're going to be rebooting that next year. I've been really appreciative that you let me come on here, because it's like getting back in my groove. It's nice to get things off your chest and to be a part of a group chat, and with people who actually know what they're talking about, because you always have some good people around, so it kind of reminds me like how we used to do on the site. So
for our last topic,
Oh snap!
The PlayStation Classic. This is probably the most more than Battlefield, more than all the other games are that we've talked about. This off of PlayStation blog.playstation.com. Comes out
Yeah,
in a month from now.
right.
What do y'all think about the lineup? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm one of the few people that like the lineup. Because at first I was just like, you know, for the fact that they got the first Persona game on here,
Yeah.
Battle Arena Toshiden,
Yeah.
Intelligent Q, which is like, let me look and see how much.
A lot of people wanted to see Bushido Blade, but and I've heard of it, but I never really played it. But for me, Battle Arena Toshiden was like my Bushido Blade. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
that was one of the very first games that I've ever played on the PS1. Final Fantasy VII and GTA. Intelligent Cube is dope, but I find that I'm not really like good at it nowadays. I'm like, how the hell did I play this as a kid? Because I recently played that, and the fact they have
like
Metal Gear Solid is huge. The fact they have Oddworld Abe's Odyssey is huge. A lot of people love the first Resident Evil. I prefer the second one, but obviously they're doing a remake of that, so they can't have that on there. I mean,
same
I
reason
think,
why they ain't had
Like,
Crash on
I
here.
knew
yeah,
that, because like I had people like, because I'm in a group, right, and they're like, what 10 games would I think that would probably be good for the system? I like this game, this game, this game, and this game, right? And I was like, I was actually surprised Siphon Filter 1 even made it on the roster. And people
yeah,
were upset that I didn't name Madden or anything. I'm like, that's not possible.
Matt. They would have had to pay a million athletes.
Madden 98. I'm like, yeah, is Madden 98 still a fucking great game? Hell yeah, it is. But there is no way in the world you're going to get that game put digitally out anywhere. If I can't get WCW Mayhem or NWO Revenge on the N64 Classic, then you for damn sure you ain't getting Madden 98, dog. It ain't happening. Because it's too much shit to go through just to get that one game out.
Same thing with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Everybody wanted that game, and it's like, oh, that was a great game, but the soundtrack, and they're not finna go delete the soundtrack.
Yeah, because then it's not the exact same thing no more. I'm like, yeah.
Plus, it's too much work.
Yeah, I mean, like...
And Activision owns that thing. They're not gonna do any of that.
They're not going to.
They're real slow to do things like that. If they find out that people want Tony Hawk 2 that bad, Activision will make us pay them $60 for it then. They're like, oh, you want it? All right. Give me a minute.
We'll make it one more time for you, but it's going to cost you.
Yep, just like with Spyro, and I'm happy they're doing it, but I'm just saying, like,
because like there's like no Spyro, no Crash, no Medieval. I'm like,
you can't have the game that they're remaking. That's
it's like, yeah, you can't. It's like, it's what it is.
Yeah, come on, man.
Like, like I was
too high of expectations, right? Is that
when everyone was saying like, okay, Medieval's not on here? I'm like, why is Medieval not on here? I'm like, remake.
Yep.
I had said that shit, and then 2 days later, remake coming. Like, yes, I will buy this now.
Final Fantasy VII remake is not coming out for 100 more years, so that one's safe to put out. Plus, they're making it an action game.
My bad, I had showed the back end on my. It's all good.
Oh, I didn't see.
No, but they saw it.
Like, the Final Fantasy VII coming back out again. I'm like, what do you want? What the hell do you want now? Like, there is nothing more that I can give you.
They were never going to satisfy everybody at once because that system.
It's not possible. With
that system had so many games.
Exactly.
And supposedly Nintendo got this N64 Classic coming this year. I'm like,
they talking about they finna announce it.
Alleged.
I might buy both of them.
If it comes out, I'm gonna be like, okay. Like, I already know that's gonna automatically be better than the PlayStation. It's like Mario 64, Mario Kart,
Smash Brothers, right on time.
Smash Brothers. Legend of Zelda,
Ocarina of Time, my bad.
Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Freaking Star Fox 64. It had better.
64.
Yeah, exactly.
There's 2,595 games on PlayStation Original.
How much came out here for America? Like about 1,800.
Mm-hmm. You already know.
A
And
lot.
so I'm just saying, like, it's this is the thing about it. Like these classic consoles are only supposed to be snapshot. Even on the NES Classic and the N64 Classic, like you didn't get. I mean, you didn't get every game. This is more so these companies seeing that okay, you saw Nintendo kind of clamp down on emulation for right now. But the thing is, the thing is that I'm seeing is they want to make it was so many of these fake consoles coming out. And the fact that people the sales show the PlayStation Classic is selling out and Sony's probably gonna have even more on the shelf because you're gonna have people who have not played games in years that stop with the PlayStation. Like I had my ex-girlfriend her dad stopped playing after PS2. So and you know there's gonna be a PS2 classic coming. You know it's gonna be
That's even worse. There's too many games from those platform days.
Oh yeah, but I mean, but
you got to go in there optimistic at least. Like I don't care what's on it, I'm just gonna enjoy it.
And it's still everybody talking about it. It's still gonna sell out the first run. This is especially this. It's gonna still sell out. It's been sold out.
I don't know how much.
It sold out before they even announced all the other games, and then when they announced before they did this announcement, they had it selling for half off. That sold out, and now it's still selling out. Like it's people still gonna buy it, and even on PlayStation.com, it's people saying, "Yo, this is a dope list." People are
those guys love everything. Those comments section on PlayStation.com. Just to be honest, those guys they're positive every time.
No, because I've seen when back in the PS3 days they was going hard. Like, hey, when we gonna get this game? When we gonna get this game? And some of them like they go in on this. I haven't been on here, but they've been going in, like especially on the podcast posts. Like some people, I'm telling you, like it's not necessarily all roses and berries over here, but same thing on Xbox.com, and it's you're gonna have people like they keep it clean, like it ain't no console war, like no super duper console wars in their comment sections, but
right,
they keep it kind of positive.
Well, check this out. If you really are so unhappy with the list of games on any of the mini classics, this is the solution right here.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, everybody should, it's not for everyone, but it's an option.
Cause I'm like, for me, I'm like, I keep all my consoles that I have. So I still have like my Sega Dreamcast. It was cheap to get, but the thing is like getting games for it is not fucking easy. Cause the ones you really, really want is like either they've been remade already on another system that's cheaper to get for, or it's expensive as hell. Like I gave a buddy of mine for like his 30th birthday, I had gotten Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for Dreamcast. I still have my copy on my 360, so it's no big deal for me to have it. I gave it to him as his birthday for his 30th birthday, and he was like, "Dude, this is $100 game." I'm like, "And like, are you seriously complaining right now? I'm giving you $100 game that you can't even play anymore on your PlayStation 3 because you deleted it. You can't get it back now." He's like, "If I were you, shut the fuck up, go play." Every time I come over there now, he's like, "Dude, like, I'm over here playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I'm like, how is it? Man, I gotta unlock all this shit again. I'm like, I'm like, well, here's the best part about it. At least when he come over here, all he gotta do is bring over his little BMU in the game. That's all he gotta do."
Yep.
Man, I remember a time when it's like you couldn't do that no more. Like you had to just like you accepted it. You better hope and pray to God the guy's house that you were going to had the data that you had, or that was just it. Now it's like, dude, you still have a memory card for this system. The system still uses memory cards. You can just bring it over to your buddy's house. There, just copy it to his memory card, and then that way y'all both always have stuff.
Yep, and then with cloud, they made it even better with cloud save because now I can just log in.
Exactly.
And then even though I don't have it downloaded because I'm logged into your account, now I'm in there with I'm in there and I got everything going. I do have another topic, but I'm gonna save it for another show.
All right.
I'm gonna put it out there. Well, actually, we can talk about it real quick. Go ahead and just pack it on in. Tetris Effect came out, and it's It's revitalizing the Tetris game. I haven't played the demo, but I'm gonna play it. But it's $35.99. How do y'all feel about that?
You go first, bro. Crimsonite.
Can I get a demo?
It's out.
Let me try that demo first, and then I'll go from there.
$35.
$35. Let me try the demo first, and then see.
It's got PSVR. It's got a ton of graphical changes and stuff. It's got new gameplay modes that they tried to make sure they're not just like for the sake of it. You know, they're actually good. And it wasn't produced cheaply. Sony invested millions in this. And so for that reason, I think that it's kind of fair enough. I would love to see it go on sale a bunch of times, maybe have a PS Plus month like a year from now. That would be cool before the PS5 drops, hopefully. Maybe re-release it again on PS5 and like, you know, drop the price after a year. And like, you know what I mean? Like this game could have a long life ahead of it where it's just like $35 if you jump in now. But I don't know. I was playing Tetris the other day on the Nintendo NES, and man, that game is just like the game that never stops. It's like you pick it up. It doesn't matter what age you are. As soon as you pick it up, you're like, damn.
You already know
like I'm gonna play this. Yeah, like I was playing Atari games, right? I played Pitfall just for the joke of it, and it was like it's like, you know, it's one button and the stick, and so you're like this, and I'm like, okay, I can't play this anymore. And then I'm playing Galaga. I'm like, all right, this is cool, but I've already seen this too many times. Like I'm sort of jumping from old school games to old school games, which there's a lot of great RPGs, and that's another story. But then I get to Tetris, and I played that for like a solid 45 minutes. And I was like, all right. Like I put a podcast on. I didn't just sit there. But I think Tetris Effect is pretty cool, man, to be honest. Like I'm not like over the moon for it like some people, but I think it's really cool. And not a lot of old games get that type of love, especially the weird abstract games. But you guys remember that game Zoop? I would love to see like that game come back. That was a weird game, man. And then like they used the letter Z, and it felt like, wow, this is like the peak of you know, shape puzzle gaming or whatever. Like, wow, they can't go further than this. But most people didn't really care about that, so it flopped hard. But man, what an interesting time to be in where there's actually Tetris Effect actually exists. Because I was just watching a documentary not that long ago that Tetris almost didn't even happen like 20, 30 times. Because all the Russians, some Russians made that game and they were not allowed to like sell it to the US, and the guys in the US were having miscommunications thinking that they could start selling it and they couldn't, and then they started making a mobile version, and then some people were like, oh, I never said you could have the mobile rights, and there's like 3 different Soviet companies, and like, oh my god, it's a whole, to this day, like the guy who created Tetris, he did not get most of that money. But he was just happy that it got out there. Like he was a scientist. He didn't even. He wasn't even.
He didn't really care. He was like, "I'm just happy it's even coming out."
Right,
you think of how many times Tetris has been released? Like I remember that game was bundled with the original Game Boy. They just gave you Tetris. They're like, they already knew what was up. They're like, man, I'm not even gonna charge you for this when you buying the bundle. You buying the console, we're just gonna give you Tetris so you can actually make sure that it even works.
And that was an amazing game.
And people
the Game Boy version.
Yeah, People still play that one religiously. Not because it was the only game that they had for it, but it was just that good of a game.
Yep.
Then you had the next Tetris. Then you had Tetris 3D, this and that version of Tetris. I was like,
so many versions of Tetris.
Yeah, I'm like,
I got two.
I kind of wonder, should I even bother buying it or not? I mean, I still play original Tetris. I mean, nothing's ever gonna beat that. I'm sorry.
If you have like a $35 like sale on like Red Dead 1 or like Black Ops 2 and you really love that, or like an RPG that you know you like, and it's that or Tetris, then I'll say like Tetris will always be there. Like, don't get it. But if it's like you have the extra money and you have an interest in this game, I don't think that's too much money.
Yeah, it's not too much. It's not too terribly much. It's not like they're asking for full on $60.
Right. That's just my thoughts on that.
And then trying to nickel and dime you for levels 6 through 10. You need to come up with another $10. I'm like, okay, you know what?
Yeah, like Ubisoft did, and then the game was glitched. It didn't even work properly.
Don't even get me started on that. I mean, Capcom did that shit with Asura's Wrath. You want to actually beat the game? Hey, man, it's like being in a movie theater. Let's say like you seeing Avengers Infinity War, and right when Thanos does the snap, the lights come up, the ushers come out, and it's like, hey, man, I know you want to see what this snap even does. I'm gonna need another $15 to finish up the last 5-6 minutes of this movie. And you give it to
DLC, downloadable cinema.
Yeah, I'm like, come on.
Damn.
I got one more.
Oh snap! Is it about
Kojima visited Gabe Newell at?
This is like 3 podcasts in one, bro. Hey. I told you we could do a mini episode.
Hey,
this is a mini episode.
No, this is a regular episode, man. I got rid of.
Finna be pissed he's not on this one.
No. See, the thing.
Shout out Breezy, much love, bro.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah. Like, no, when he get on, I keep this is the thing about the show. I do the show even if I don't have anybody on. Like, I kind of go through the topic because I don't do like the vlogs like that with everything. It's certain things I do a vlog on, like your boy Young Buck. I'm gonna talk about that, John, because
I'm gonna watch that.
I ain't even finna really get like it's certain stuff that I do vlogs on. Now, I don't do it like academics. I do the stuff not because it's trending, but I do it because I'm actually vested. I have a vested interest, or I feel like I'm interested in it. I'm not doing it just to chase the numbers. I'm not playing that game. Game.
Me too. So, I'm trying to get away from like you don't need to cover everything and say the same stuff that everybody else is saying. Yeah, bro. We're trying to get away from that. It's hard to get away from that sometimes, but I've been feeling like a lot of YouTube is like that again.
Yeah.
Like damn, like I have all these channels because I'm in between transitional period in life right now where I'm about to be done with that period, but I had a lot of stupid free time on my hands where I couldn't really do the things I wanted to do production wise. Rebuilding the site and everything. I can't really do stuff just yet. So I was listening to people's podcasts and I started realizing like if I listen to one guy's show like 3 days in a row and then I go over to the other guy's show, it's the same damn topics. Like I thought I was gonna have 3 more shows from the other guy like ready when I'm bored of this guy, but it's not because he's saying the same thing. And I'm like, I thought this is what we got away from the sites for onto YouTube for, but people are sort of like, I feel like they're scared to upset their audience. But anyways, that's a whole nother hour-long topic for another day. So what's up? Kojima visits Gabe Newell, bro?
I don't know what it came of it. I think let me go on here and look at this article right fast. Let me see here. They just posted.
Which, by the way, I feel like we covered some really good topics today.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Crimsonite.
Same here, man.
No doubt, bro.
Yeah. Let me see right quick. Yeah, he just posted up a photo, so it's kind of like people are saying that, you know, that I think what it is. I don't know if they're meeting to, you know, maybe do something with Half Life, or maybe Gabe is gonna try to help him get Metal Gear Solid back. We don't know. We just don't know what they just. He just visited there. Like it could be just him falling through. You know,
Like,
we
yo,
don't know.
Gabe, let's chill.
Yeah,
All
like
right.
he might be doing something. You know, might be working on his next game that's gonna come out after Death Stranding, or
Or it
you
could be
know.
like a Steam thing, like, yo, don't let me hit the bottom of Steam. Like
Um,
I don't want to be underneath what is it called? Like Dad Simulator or Boyfriends, whatever those
no,
weird Steam games that
I don't
ruin
know.
Steam. I
Or
love PC
maybe,
gaming, but damn.
like I said, maybe there could be something going on. We'll see. I know that the fact
He's like,
that
bro, I want to do a Left 4 Dead game. You're not doing it. Let me do it.
I mean, if Half Life 3 and Half Life 3 and Chapter 3 of Metal Gear Solid 5 comes out, or they rebrand it or something, we'll see what happens. But I just think he might
I
just pull it up.
mean, Metal Gear Solid 5. I mean,
I haven't beat it yet, so don't I still
they,
ain't beat it.
just leave it. Just leave it. Just leave it alone. You did it. You fucked over Hideo to get it done, but you got it done. I'm not really happy about it, but at least it's an ending. I had predicted that it was going most some of what happened in that game was gonna happen. Overall, I mean, was I okay with it? Yeah, because I saw some of that shit coming because I played all of it already. It's like, oh well, this is how we get to this, and it's like, oh well, that's perfect, and that makes sense. But like the only bad part that I had with it is like, okay, you had additional missions you had left, just they were just left there. Like why?
And we'll never know. Hold on. I'm just getting dog. Okay, so tonight in about 45 minutes, it's gonna be midnight on the East Coast. I gotta wait a whole another hour for my birthday to hit. But
Oh shit! Happy birthday, bro.
That birthday
thanks,
dude.
y'all. I'm trying to think of what I'm finna. So tonight they're gonna have a lot of music dropping tonight. Metro Boomin's new project is coming out. Not All Heroes Wear Capes. Takeoff's solo album finna come out. Rowdy Rich, I don't know who that dude is. He finna come out with a new album. Action Bronson, Swiss Beats, Vince Staples, Moneybag Yo, Jay Critch, and K Camp all coming out with albums, and that's just hip hop. I don't even know what's coming out. Let me see what else is coming out here.
That's a lot already.
Like that's just the hip hop side. So it's a lot of big music coming out. Get your Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play Music ready, because it's about to go down. Let me see here. Let me see what else is coming out. Let me see here. What's coming out tonight? Let me see what's going on here. I didn't even look. I'm looking right quick. There's some even more stuff coming out. This is physical. Hold on. Billboard. No, okay, I can't find the musical. Hold on, Metacritic. Okay, so Tenacious D's album is coming out.
Oh, Tenacious D.
Barbra Streisand is coming out.
Barbra Streisand. The Streisand effect. What's happening to Alex Jones right now? The Streisand effect. When she tried to tell people stop looking at my house, and then her house went viral.
The Prodigy, the band, is coming out. Let me see
what
else is.
The who?
the Prodigy new album. It's a
The Prodigy.
It's a rock band.
They should not have that name, bro. Rest in peace, Prodigy. Of Mobb Deep.
Yeah, so it's a lot of music coming out, y'all. So everybody have pick your poison. We'll be back, I guess, next week to talk about all the stuff the music that's dropping. And if you got EA access on November 9th, which is next Friday, you're gonna be able to play Battlefield 5. So we're gonna be able to find out if it lives up to the underwhelming hype. So, excuse me. All right, y'all. This has been Beatz N Bitz podcast. We had John, Crimson Knight in the building, Big Killzown, and we out, y'all. Peace.
Have a good one.